When he saw his beloved son's throat slashed by someone, 100 ways to kill the murderer instantly flashed through his mind. But what he didn't expect was that the criminals deliberately left one of their accomplices behind at the scene. John immediately rushed over and grabbed him. During the struggle, John ripped off the guy's mask. He had burned the killer's face into his memory. John discovered his son had already passed out. Despite the doctor's best efforts to save him, the boy was pronounced dead. They had just stopped to get gas at a gas station, and his son became a sacrifice in a gang initiation ritual. He was determined to make every single killer pay with their blood for his son's death. But when the trial day came, John gave an answer that shocked everyone. When the judge asked John to confirm whether this guy was indeed the killer, John answered that it was too dark to see clearly, because John knew perfectly well that the local laws would only give the killer a 3-year sentence. Not only would the killer not receive the punishment he deserved, but he could also avoid revenge while hiding in prison. So John committed perjury on purpose. His goal was to personally slaughter his son's killer with his own hands. When the judge declared the killer free due to insufficient evidence, the killer's gang members actually showed up at the courthouse to pick him up. John secretly followed their car and found where they lived. Then he went back home to find a suitable weapon. But after all, he wasn't a professional killer. The garage only had some basic gardening tools. Finally, he found a sharp knife. That night, he sneaked into the killer's house. Jesus! When the killer saw him, he showed no remorse whatsoever. He mocked John's dead son. The rage in John's heart could no longer be contained. He charged at him like a bull. During the fierce fight, John stabbed the knife into his abdomen. He pulled out the knife and viciously stabbed his son's killer again and again, until he turned the guy into Swiss cheese. John pulled the knife from the corpse, wiped the fingerprints off the handle with a towel, and finally tossed the knife into a sewer. The next day, he ambushed another killer in a parking garage. During the fight, he knocked the gang member's gun away. The furious killer started fighting back, but during the intense struggle, John accidentally hit the car's handbrake. The car started rolling backward on the slanted rooftop parking deck. If the car went over the edge, they'd both die. At this critical moment, John wrapped a seatbelt around his neck. By the time the police arrived, John had already escaped, but he had overlooked one thing. His wallet had fallen in the parking garage yesterday, and the gang had found it. That night, they found John's house. Each of them carried a shotgun as they burst in. The gang brought John's family to the living room, then killed his family right in front of him. Watching his wife and children get murdered, John felt utterly devastated. Finally, they shot John once. After the massacre, they left with evil smiles on their faces. But they made one fatal mistake. They didn't finish him off with another shot.